Hi there. Many of you have asked me about the rising sign and what it is. Well, the rising sign, or the ascendant, is the sign that's coming up over the eastern horizon when we're born. And within those few minutes, that sign is freeze-framed. And so when an astrologer casts your natal chart, he or she calculates the degree of the rising sign. And the signs of the zodiac come up around about every 2 hours over our eastern horizon, and it's quite important to give the astrologer, as best as you can, the time of your birth to get that rising sign. And what it means, when I'm doing a chart and I calculate the rising sign and the sun sign and the moon sign and the houses that the sun and the moon are in, I base the whole of the understanding of that person's characteristics, life path, maybe spiritual path as well, on those three there, including actually the dragon's head, but that's a whole other subject. So what the rising sign is like, it's a sort of a lens through which all of the characteristics inside of the chart are projecting, or I call it the front door. So there's 4 different elements. You can have an air sign on your front door, even though on the inside of the chart you've got a lot of earth, maybe, or a lot of water. So you've got to project out through that very airy front door. And when people first meet you, that is what they will pick up from you first of all. So if you've got Taurian energies and maybe Capricorn energies in your chart, but you're projecting out through a Gemini front door, others will see that lighter, more sociable, chatty side of you before they get to know about the rest of you, and vice versa. If you've got very fiery energies in your chart and you've got a very earthy or watery front door, then people will pick up that sort of more receptive, gentler, sensitive side of you first. And that's what the ascendant is about in astrology, the rising sign is about in astrology. So when you look at an astrology chart like this one, you'll see over on the left hand side the arrow there, which is the ascending sign or the rising sign. And for instance, this person is a Sagittarian with the sun in Sagittarius down here, but her rising sign is Libra. And that means that she's very Libran in her in the way she comes across, in the way others see her. She's always finding herself kind of piggy in the middle, kind of trying to mediate and negotiate for others, which is very Libran. But actually, when you get to know this person, then her more Sagittarian side comes to the fore. So that is kind of how the dynamics of it works in an astrology chart. So I hope that's been of interest to you, and you've learnt something, and I'll see you the next time.